It's whatever. I do that every video. I swear to God, if lightsabers ever become real, do not put a real one in my hand because I'm just gonna ignite it and just cause problems. Hey, what's going on everybody? We're gonna be checking out another saber today, except this one's gonna be a little bit more unique because this is actually a double-bladed lightsaber. We're gonna be checking out the Shadow dual-bladed lightsaber from SABERSPRO. Hey, what's going on guys? Thank you so much for checking out today's video. We're going to be showcasing another saber, and this one's actually going to be from SABERSPRO. And I do want to say that I have been seeing SABERSPRO a lot more lately. I've been seeing a lot more people using them, and I've just been noticing just around a lot more. So I'm actually pretty excited to check this one out. This one has no specific design as far as like a character or like whether it's from a video game or comics or a movie or whatever. This was just kind of a standard looking saber, but it's a dual-bladed lightsaber, so I'm really excited to check that out. Just to give a little backstory of what a dual-bladed lightsaber was for a couple things. I mean, a dual-bladed lightsaber was actually a lot more harder to master, and not a whole lot of Jedi or Sith used them. The purpose of a double-bladed lightsaber was to allow a faster attack rate and unleashing rapid assaults with, minimal movement. Double-bladed lightsabers were usually yielded to engage multiple opponents and simultaneously block attacks from various different directions. And of course, there's the added component that by using two sabers, you're definitely going to strike a lot more fear into your opponent. So, I mean, for the box here, it's kind of a standard, blade box. So going into the quick standard things in the box, I'm noticing we got two of everything. We got two charging cables, we got two sets of tools and extra components, two USB drives, and then we've even got two manuals. I mean, it's just double everything inside this box. And then, of course, we got the blades themselves, and I'll just say just by picking them up right now, I mean, they definitely, I don't know, they feel different. Heavier, I'm not sure, but we got two blades. And then, of course, we got the handles. So these are, let me just go ahead, unwrap them real quick. All right, so I got them unwrapped here. Looking pretty sweet. Here's a close-up of one of them right here. So they both look the same, I believe. And they do, I don't know what the design, the hilt at the very top of it right here, that's really cool, that kind of slight opening right there. So we got the top of the hilt. It's definitely a little bit more sharper, curved right here. I mean, just off a quick look of it, it definitely looks more Sith-y to me, just based on the design. Again, these are not based off of any specific character. They're just kind of a general look. And I mean, for a standard hilt, I mean, that's not too bad. This is something I've never seen on any saber. I'm sure maybe it's an added thing you can get from other sites, but at least with SABERSPRO, this is what I'm noticing right here is the button, right here. This is an Imperial logo. The Imperial logo is right there on the button. So yes, definitely coming off very Empire-y, very Sith basically design. I do like that little added, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's just something small, but like that little button right there, just that little logo just right there. So yeah, we got the dual sabers here. I haven't put them together yet. Like I said, it's about I do that every video. I swear to God, if lightsabers ever become real, do not put a real one in my hand because I'm just gonna ignite it and just cause problems. But yeah, you can kind of see there that it actually does kind of light up the button right there after you click it. So that's another little added feature right there. Like I said, I love, man, that just looks so cool. Just that Imperial logo. Okay, so I'm gonna put it together, but just a little quick note, if you do have something similar to this, so they both have the end pieces right here, and of course, basically you just kind of unscrew this bottom ring like that, and then you can just tighten it on the bottom of the other one. All right, there we go, sweet. Oh, that feels so cool. And of course, you don't have to keep it this way. Depending on what you're going to be using it for, whether it's on the wall or going to a Comic-Con or something like that, you can hold it, with the dual, or you can just undo it and do like a Cal Kestis look, or maybe even like a Star Killer or something like that. So I just want to show it up just a little bit closer. So that's how long it is. I mean, that's a pretty, with two hands, it's definitely maybe a little, I think there's one for like Darth Maul. His is like a little bit longer. For a standard double-bladed lightsaber, that's not too bad. And because of that, it's also not too, it's definitely got some weight to it. You definitely have, a nice feel for it, but it's not too heavy where it's gonna feel weird, whipping it around. I knew that was gonna happen. That's actually one of the features. It's actually got the swing effect to turn on, which why don't we go through a few of the features of it real quick. So just a couple basic features. This blade actually has 12 different colors, and for the effects, it's got 16 different effects like clashing, ignition, lockup, blaster deflection, stuff like that. And it's also got a smooth swing effect, so you know, just that basic effect of as you whip it around. As we saw before, it's got the motion ignition, which is really cool. That's probably one of my favorite features of any saber. So with those few features, I mean, that's kind of the standard, you know, what you get with any higher quality saber. But again, as far as anything that stands out for this saber in particular, for Saber Pro, just by the looks of it itself, I've already kind of mentioned it, is I really like, they said, that light up button right there with the Imperial logo. And then again, this does come off a little bit more Sith-like to me, the end of the hilt and just the design of it. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put on the blades here, and we can kind of see the full length of it. I'll get a full shot later, but this is, I mean, this is pretty cool right here. And so I'm just gonna go, I don't know what color these are on right now. Oh, that is luck that it actually ended up on the same color, just because I've been kind of clicking and playing around with it here. This one does have, and this is actually a good example to show the different effects. So again, these are basically two different blades. They're just, you know, screwed in together. So, you know, here we have more of the solid color of the blade. You know, it's not flashing anything, just one solid piece. And then this one, we got more of the flicker going on. So you can kind of hear the movement a little bit. Oh, there we go. Yep, they are two different audio. So you can hear that. So again, it's that motion. So, and that's probably the coolest thing of any saber, is just that motion effect, that it can sense how you're moving it. Slow or fast. And you click, so then you click the Imperial logo light button. Those are pretty cool sound effects. So just a couple things that I noticed right off the bat. If you hold it for half a second, that changes the volume. If you hold it for a second, so rainbow blade, so now that'll change. Yep, so that'll change the blade effect itself. So then if you hold down for like 4 seconds, I believe. Okay, so that changes like the character or like the overall effect. So if we click this again, so we got more of a kind of just like a you effect. You. And then this is obviously more of a yellowish color. So again, this one does have the motion ignition. And so I'm not sure how this works here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and try. Like usually if you just thrust out. Oh, it works. And now this is cool too. I mean, who would do this with a double blade lightsaber? You got two different colors. You got green, you got blue. Yeah, I'm gonna put those back down real quick. Okay, there we go. So if you saw that a little bit of a difference there, so they are both the same. They're both solid here, but this one still had like the broken ignition. So this one came just out right away, and then this one had just a little bit of a delay startup. But again, you can play around with it. You can change it up a bit. You can, like I said, keep them the same, change the colors. I mean, the options for any saber in general, I mean, you got a lot of different options to play around with. But then when you have two of them together, I mean, that makes it a lot more possible for like all kinds of options. Before I forget, cue the montage. So again, this one is called the Shadow. It's from SABERSPRO. And again, I wasn't sure what to think. I have been seeing more of SABERSPRO. I do know this is kind of a little bit more of just kind of a basic design. I can already see the ideas are flowing in my head of what I want to try with this blade. Like I said, it comes off a little more Sith-like, but I mean, of course, that's for the wielder to decide. Definitely feels good, but not so heavy where it's gonna feel like I can't control it. Thanks to SABERSPRO for letting me show this to you guys. I'll be sure to leave a link to them in the description. I'll leave a link specifically to this one. But again, be sure to check out their website. They have probably one of the biggest options for sabers I've seen. Not only that, they got many different other accessories, and I think they even have like other things too, like they sell like prints, like metal prints and stuff like that. So SABERSPRO does have some options. You know, they do have their character ones, you know, like they got Vader and Yoda and, you know, Luke and stuff like that. Again, the ideas are just flowing in my head, and like I said, it's so weird, but I think my favorite part of this saber is just that Imperial logo on that button. I've mentioned it several times already, but I don't know what, it just, again, it's not much. It's not much, but just that little added little pinch of salt, it makes this one actually stand up. But again, thank you guys so much for checking out today's video. Again, thank you to SABERSPRO. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description for this. And until next time, may the Force be with you.